All right, so are you ready to dive into this whole manifestation thing?
I am. Let's do it.
I know a lot of you are curious about the science behind it,
Yeah.
but it can feel a little out there sometimes, right? Like, is this real?
Right.
So what if we ditch the mystical fluff
Yeah.
and really look at what's happening in our brains
I like it.
when we try to manifest the things that we want in our lives?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so we are diving into this Mel Robbins interview
Thank you.
with Dr. Jim Doherty, who is a Stanford neurosurgeon.
Wow.
So he definitely knows a thing or two about brains.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about him is that he didn't have an easy childhood.
Oh, really?
He had a lot of challenges growing up.
I see.
And he actually says that a chance encounter with a woman
Okay.
in a magic shop when he was 12
Oh, wow.
was like a turning point in his life.
Okay.
And she introduced him to mindfulness and visualization, and it totally changed his life.
Wow.
So today we're going to unpack some of his insights and figure out if we can reprogram our minds for success using what he calls heart mode.
I like it.
And maybe leave behind some of that woo-woo stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that Dr. Doty talks about is the power of negative self-talk.
Okay.
And he uses this analogy of a prison
A prison.
that we build brick by brick
Okay.
with each negative thought kind of trapping us further.
Trapping us, yeah.
And we've all been there, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Stuck in those cycles of self-doubt.
Totally.
But Dr. Doty says that there's actually a neurological basis for this.
Oh, really?
So it's not just a bunch of positive thinking mumbo jumbo.
Okay.
There's real science to back this up.
Interesting.
So tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah. So it's called negativity bias. And basically, our brains are wired
Okay.
to pay more attention to negative experiences than positive ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's like Velcro for bad thoughts, Teflon for the good ones. So those negative thoughts really can shape our beliefs
Oh, wow.
and really limit our possibilities.
So it's not just think positive then. It's understanding how our brains are working against us in a way.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
So Dr. Doty says the key to kind of breaking free from this mental prison is shifting from what he calls fear mode
Okay.
to heart mode.
Heart mode. Okay.
And how do we do that? What does that even look like?
Yeah. So fear mode is basically our sympathetic nervous system kicking in.
Yeah.
Right. So think fight, flight, or freeze.
Oh, okay.
When we're in that mode, we're stressed.
Yeah.
We're on edge.
Yeah.
We're not really open to new possibilities.
So our brains are so busy looking for danger
Yeah.
that we don't have bandwidth for anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Whereas heart mode is more about the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the one associated with calm, relaxation.
Okay.
That's where Dr. Doty thinks true fulfillment and connection lie.
So heart mode sounds great.
It does.
But is it as simple as like chill out?
Well, not quite. It's more about
Yeah.
understanding what's happening in the brain when we make that shift.
So what's actually happening in our brains?
Okay, so heart mode is linked to
Yeah.
positive emotions like gratitude, compassion, and love.
Okay.
And those emotions trigger the release of hormones like oxytocin.
Oh, I've heard of oxytocin. Is
Yeah.
that the love hormone?
It is. It is. It helps us build trust and connection, and it also calms the nervous system.
Oh, wow.
So Dr. Doty really believes that cultivating these positive emotions
Okay.
is key to shifting into heart mode.
I see.
He actually uses a pretty extreme example from his own life
Yeah.
to illustrate this.
Oh, yeah.
He talks about the time when he faced financial ruin
Yeah.
and ended up giving away a huge chunk of his money.
Like $30 million.
Yes, $30 million.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
So he gave away $30 million.
Right. It seems counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but he says that this act of generosity
Okay.
was a major turning point for him. It shifted him into that heart mode
Yeah.
and led to greater happiness and a deeper sense of purpose.
That's pretty extraordinary. But is that kind of grand gesture really necessary?
Yeah, good question.
Or are there, smaller things that our listeners could do?
Yeah, that's an important point. Dr. Doty's example is pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
But it highlights the power of aligning our actions with our values.
Okay, so it's not about the size of the gesture, it's the intention behind it.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got fear mode and heart mode and this negativity bias working against us.
Yeah.
How does all of this actually tie into manifesting what we want in our lives?
Okay, so Dr. Doty defines manifestation as intentionally embedding a desire into our subconscious
Okay.
to increase its likelihood of becoming a reality.
Oh, interesting.
And he really emphasizes engaging multiple senses to make those desires more real to our brains.
So it's not just wishing and hoping.
It's not.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's more active. So he talks about writing down your goals, speaking them aloud, and vividly visualizing them.
So you're really trying to strengthen those neural pathways then?
Exactly. You're making those desires impossible to ignore.
It's like a multisensory experience for the brain.
It is, yeah.
He also mentioned something about specific brain networks being involved.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Of course. So one of the networks that plays a key role is the default mode network.
Okay.
Which is active when our minds are kind of wandering.
Oh, okay.
That network can be harnessed for creative visualization.
So we can actually use daydreaming to our advantage.
We can, exactly.
I like that.
Then there's the task positive network.
Okay.
Which kicks in when we're focused on a specific task.
Okay.
That helps us take concrete actions toward our goals.
So it's not enough to just visualize.
No, it's not. You have to take action as well.
It's about taking action, too.
It is.
Okay, so there's the default mode network and the task positive network.
Right.
What other networks are involved?
There are a few others. There's the salience network, which helps us prioritize what's important. And then there's the executive control network, which helps us regulate our thoughts and emotions.
Wow. So there's a lot going on in our brains.
There is.
When we're trying to manifest things.
Yes.
I'm already starting to rethink my approach to goal setting.
Okay.
So Dr. Doty really emphasizes that it's not just about understanding these networks.
Right.
But about actively engaging them through specific practices.
Yes, exactly.
So this is more than just passively hoping for things to happen.
It is, yeah.
It's really about actively shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
Yes.
To align with our desired outcomes.
It is.
Now, he even lays out a specific routine for doing just that.
He does, yeah.
So what does he recommend?
Well, he believes the morning is a crucial time to prime your mind for success.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. He suggests starting each day with a breathing exercise.
Okay.
To shift into that heart mode we were talking about.
Okay, deep breaths. Check. What's next?
Then he emphasizes the importance of reflecting on the joy of simply being alive.
Okay, that sounds a little cheesy.
It does.
But I'm listening.
It's about cultivating a sense of gratitude for all the good things in your life.
Yeah.
Even the small stuff.
I can see how starting the day with that kind of positive mindset could really make a difference.
Yeah.
I know I've noticed for myself, like when I actually make time for gratitude,
right,
I just feel better overall.
Yeah.
But let's get back to those brain networks.
Okay.
You mentioned before.
Yeah.
How do they factor into this whole manifestation process?
So the default mode network, that network that's active when we daydream, can be incredibly powerful for manifestation.
Really?
Think of it as your brain's inner simulator.
Yeah.
When you vividly imagine your desired outcomes, you're essentially creating a mental blueprint for your brain to follow.
So instead of just passively hoping for things to happen, we can actively shape those outcomes by harnessing the power of our imagination.
Precisely. And the more detailed and emotionally engaging your visualizations are, the stronger the impact on your subconscious.
So it's like creating a movie in your mind.
It is.
With sights, sounds, feelings, even smells.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how this all ties into that whole heart mode concept.
Okay.
When we're feeling those positive emotions like joy and gratitude, it probably makes those visualizations even more powerful.
You're absolutely right. Positive emotions amplify the effects of visualization. They help to strengthen those neural connections and make those desired outcomes feel more attainable.
So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about feeling them.
It is.
Embodying those feelings as if our desires have already come true.
Exactly.
Okay, so then what about the other networks? What role do they play in all of this?
Well, the task positive network is all about action.
Okay.
Once you've planted those seeds of desire through visualization, this network helps you take concrete steps. Towards making them a reality.
So it's about taking inspired action then.
It is.
Steps that feel aligned with our goals and values.
Exactly.
And what about the salience network?
The salience network helps filter out distractions. And focus your attention on what's truly important. It's like your brain's internal spotlight. Highlighting the opportunities and resources that can help you achieve your goals.
This is making me think about all the times I've set goals and then gotten sidetracked by distractions. It's like my brain didn't know what to prioritize.
Exactly.
Maybe that's where the salience network comes in.
It could be, yeah.
And then what was that last one?
The executive control network.
Yeah, the executive control network.
Acts like your brain's CEO. Helping you regulate your emotions, resist temptations, and stay focused on the long-term vision.
So it's like having an internal coach.
It is.
To keep us motivated and on track.
Yes, it is.
Wow, this whole system is pretty remarkable.
It really is.
The more we understand how these networks work,
right,
the more we can consciously engage them.
Yes.
To shape our reality.
Exactly. And Dr. Doty emphasizes that it's not just about understanding these networks.
Yeah.
It's about actively engaging them through specific practices.
Okay, so this is more than just passively hoping for things to happen.
It is.
It's about actively shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
Yes.
To align with those desired outcomes.
Exactly. And Dr. Doty even lays out a specific routine for doing just that.
Okay, so now I'm ready to hear about this routine.
Okay.
Tell me, what does he recommend we do to set the stage for manifestation?
Well, he talks about the importance of evening rituals.
The evening rituals.
To reinforce those intentions we set in the morning.
So what does that look like?
He specifically recommends writing down your top goals each evening.
Okay.
But not just writing them down.
Yeah.
He says to actually read them aloud several times.
Okay.
Really feeling the emotions.
Yeah.
As if those goals have already been achieved.
So engaging multiple senses again.
Yes.
Hearing the words.
Right.
Feeling the emotions associated with those goals.
Exactly.
I like it.
And then just like in the morning, he encourages another round of visualization.
Okay.
Really immerse yourself in that mental movie of your ideal life.
Yeah.
Feeling the joy, the satisfaction, the fulfillment.
This is making me realize how much power we actually have over our own minds.
Yeah.
It's not about some mystical force out there granting our wishes.
Right.
It's about consciously shaping our thoughts, beliefs, and actions to align with our desired outcomes.
Exactly.
But what about those times when those negative thoughts creep in?
Yeah.
Doubts and fears that can sabotage our efforts.
For sure.
How do we deal with those?
Dr. Doty says it's not about fighting those negative thoughts.
Okay.
It's about changing our relationship with them.
Okay.
He suggests observing those thoughts without judgment.
Okay.
Allowing them to pass like clouds in the sky.
So we're not trying to suppress those thoughts.
No.
But we're also not letting them take over.
Right.
Is there anything else we can do to manage those negative thought patterns?
Dr. Doty's a big advocate for affirmation.
Affirmations, okay.
He says that by consciously replacing those negative thoughts with positive, empowering statements, we can literally rewire our brains for a more optimistic outlook.
So instead of saying, I can't do this, we might say, I am capable and resourceful.
Exactly. This might sound simplistic, but there's actual neuroscience behind it.
Okay.
By repeating those affirmations, we're strengthening the neural pathways associated with those positive beliefs.
Okay.
Making them more accessible to our minds.
It's like we're creating a new mental soundtrack.
Yeah.
Replacing the negative self-talk with something more empowering.
It is.
This is making me think about my own negative thought patterns.
Yeah.
Do you think these techniques can really help someone like me?
Oh, absolutely.
Break free from those limiting beliefs.
The key is consistency.
Consistency.
Dr. Doty emphasizes that it's not about instant magic.
Okay.
It's about making those practices a regular part of your life.
Okay.
Just like brushing your teeth or going for a walk.
So it's about integrating these techniques into our daily routine.
It is.
You know, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Some of this sounds like something you'd hear from a crystal-wielding guru on a mountaintop.
Right.
But Dr. Doty is grounding this in science.
He is.
It's not about some mystical force granting our wishes. It's about understanding the power of our own minds and consciously directing that power toward our goals.
I agree. It's about recognizing that our thoughts, emotions, and actions have a tangible impact on our reality.
And that's a pretty empowering concept.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it seems like his approach goes beyond just manifesting material desires.
Right.
He talks about the importance of aligning our intentions with our values.
Yes.
Living a life of service and contribution.
You're right. He believes that true fulfillment comes from living a life of purpose.
Yeah.
A life that's aligned with our authentic selves.
And wouldn't that kind of fulfillment naturally lead to more positive emotions?
It would.
Which would then reinforce those positive neural pathways.
It would.
It's like a virtuous cycle.
Exactly. It all comes back to that heart mode.
Yeah.
When we're operating from a place of love, compassion, and gratitude, it ripples out into every aspect of our lives.
This is also fascinating, but I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
Maybe it's time to wrap things up and reflect on what we've learned.
That sounds like a good plan. We've explored some pretty powerful concepts today.
We have. Okay, so where do we go from here?
Right.
We've explored the science behind manifestation.
Yeah.
The power of heart mode.
Yeah.
And the role of all those fascinating brain networks. But what can our listener actually do to put all of this into practice?
Well, we've already touched on Dr. Doty's morning and evening routines.
Yeah.
But it's worth emphasizing those again.
Okay.
They really are foundational to his approach.
Okay, so let's break it down. First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
What is step 1?
Start with a few minutes.
Okay.
Of conscious breathing.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
Just focus on those deep, slow breaths.
Yeah.
In through the nose.
Okay.
Out through the mouth.
It's like hitting the reset button on our minds and bodies.
Exactly.
Even a few minutes of deep breathing can totally shift my mood.
It calms the nervous system.
Yeah.
Reduces stress.
Yeah.
Primes your mind for all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That you want to manifest.
So deep breaths, check. What's next?
Dr. Doty suggests taking a few moments to reflect on the joy of simply being alive.
Okay.
I know it sounds a little cheesy.
Yeah, it does.
But the idea is to cultivate a sense of gratitude.
Okay.
What are you thankful for?
Okay.
What brings you joy?
Well, I'm grateful for my health, my family, my friends, this podcast, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much we have to be thankful for.
Yeah.
When we actually take the time to think about it.
Right. It's about shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have.
Okay.
And that shift in perspective can be really powerful.
Okay, so we've calmed our minds. We're feeling grateful. What's next on the manifestation agenda?
Now it's time to get clear about your intentions.
Okay.
What are your goals?
Yeah.
What do you want to create in your life?
Okay.
But here's the key.
Yeah.
Dr. Doty emphasizes the importance of framing those goals in a positive and present tense.
Okay.
As if they've already been achieved.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, I want to be more confident.
Right.
I would say, I am confident and self-assured.
Exactly.
Things like that.
It's a subtle shift in language.
Yeah.
But it has a powerful effect on the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
You're essentially telling your brain, this is your reality.
Yeah.
Not just some distant hope.
Okay.
Or dream.
I like that. It's like we're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
By speaking our desires into existence.
Yeah.
So once we've articulated those intentions.
Yes.
It's time for the visualization magic.
Yes. Close your eyes.
Okay.
And imagine yourself living those goals.
Okay.
As if they're already happening.
Okay.
Engage all your senses. What do you see?
Okay.
What do you hear? What do you feel?
Okay.
What do you smell?
Okay.
Make it as vivid and real as possible.
Okay, so I can see myself giving that presentation. Feeling confident.
Yeah.
Engaging the audience.
Yes.
Sharing my message with clarity and passion.
Excellent.
I can see the smiles on people's faces. I can hear the applause. I can feel the energy in the room. I can even smell the fresh coffee brewing in the back.
Perfect. The more detail. And emotionally engaging your visualizations are, the stronger the impact on your subconscious mind.
And this is where that default mode network we talked about comes into play.
It is.
Right, that network that's active when we're daydreaming.
Exactly.
So we're essentially using our imagination.
Yes.
To create a blueprint for our brains to follow.
Exactly.
And you said consistency is key.
Consistency is key.
So Dr. Doty recommends incorporating visualization into both our morning and evening routine.
Yes. The more you practice, the more you strengthen those neural pathways.
Yeah.
And make those desired outcomes feel more and more attainable.
Okay, so we're breathing.
Yeah.
We're feeling grateful.
Yeah.
We're setting intentions. We're visualizing our dream life. What else can we do to make this manifestation magic happen?
Well, Dr. Doty's a big believer in taking inspired action.
Okay.
It's not enough to just sit back and wait for things to fall into your lap.
Right.
You have to meet the universe halfway.
So it's about aligning our actions.
It is.
With our intentions. So if we want to manifest a healthier lifestyle, we need to make healthy choices, right?
Yes.
Like eating nutritious foods, moving our body.
Every action you take in the direction of your goals sends a signal to your brain that you're serious about making those changes.
I see.
And the more consistent you are, the more momentum you build.
It's like we're creating a self-perpetuating cycle of positive energy.
Precisely.
I like that.
But there's another crucial piece to the puzzle that we haven't mentioned yet.
Okay, tell me.
And that's detachment from the outcome.
Oh, yeah, we touched on this a little bit earlier.
We did.
Can you remind us why detachment is so important?
Yes.
Because it seems a little bit counterintuitive, right?
It does.
If we want something bad enough,
yeah,
shouldn't we be laser focused on achieving it?
Well, when we become overly attached
Yeah.
to a specific outcome, we create resistance. It's like trying to force a river to flow uphill.
Okay.
Detachment doesn't mean we don't care about our goals.
Okay.
It means we trust that the universe has our back.
Okay.
And that things will unfold in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Even if it looks different than what we originally envisioned.
So it's about surrendering to the process.
It is.
Having faith that things will work out.
Yeah.
Even if we don't know exactly how.
Exactly.
It's like planting a seed.
Yes.
And trusting it will grow.
Yeah.
Even if we can't see what's happening beneath the surface.
That's a great analogy.
And it's a journey, not a destination, right?
It is.
There's going to be ups and downs.
There will be.
Along the way.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged if things don't happen overnight.
No, right.
So
keep practicing.
just keep practicing those techniques.
Yes.
Keep believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Keep trusting in the process.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's not about perfection. It's about progress.
It is.
And even those setbacks can be valuable learning experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey.
Okay.
Surround yourself with supportive people
Okay.
who believe in you and your dreams.
It's amazing how much our environment can influence our mindset.
It is.
Being around positive, uplifting people can make a huge difference.
It's like having your own personal cheer squad.
Yeah, I love that.
Encouraging you every step of the way.
And don't be afraid to seek guidance.
Yeah.
From mentors, coaches, therapists.
Right.
Sometimes we all need a little extra support.
We do.
To navigate the challenges of life.
Yeah.
It's a sign of strength to ask for help when we need it.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. What is the one key takeaway you want our listener to walk away with?
I think the most important message is this.
Yeah.
The power to create the life you desire lies within you.
Okay.
You are not a victim of circumstance.
That's so empowering.
It is.
It's not about luck or chance.
It's about taking ownership of your life.
Yeah.
And consciously creating the future you want.
So it all starts with that shift in mindset.
It does.
Choose to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Choose to cultivate heart mode.
Yes.
Choose to focus on the positive. And watch as your world begins to reflect those choices.
It will.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has.
I'm so grateful for your insights.
My pleasure.
And to our amazing listener, thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you feel inspired and empowered to start manifesting your dreams today.
Yes.
Remember, it's not about instant magic.
Right.
It's about taking those small, consistent steps in the direction of your goals.
It is.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
And watch as the magic unfolds.
It will.